They say there's no such thing as bad weather, just bad gear. Well, we're going to put that well and truly to the test today. The Met forecast has gale force winds of up to 50-mile-an-hour gusts and torrential rain. And once I open this car door, I'm not quite sure how much you're going to hear. So we'll do the intro from the car. Today's episode was going to be about the importance of S&C, but due to the weather, I think it's appropriate we talk about consistency. There are no shortcuts to long-term development. You can't go missing one run and then try and make up the mileage in another. It doesn't have the same impact. Likewise, trying to do harder sessions to make up for a lack of volume is counterintuitive and it doesn't work. There's a lot of science behind it, but if you want to look up on that, look up for the 80-20 training rule. A lot of coaches are using that now, and it states that 80% of your runs should be at an easy conversational effort. The other 20 should be at a harder, more focused pace. I can promise you from experience, it wasn't until I slowed right down, and I mean uncomfortably slow, that I started to make progress. And then when I added consistency and discipline to this, I went to a whole other level with my run. But I need to get out into this awful weather, so we better get some warmer kit on.
You don't even know me like that. Are you pressed for time? Put you in my mind. Come a little closer like that. Staying up all night, throwing drinks back. Blue eyes smiling while you're cursing. I admit it's working. You're working. Don't care, you're crazy, it's perfect. Shaky and I'm slurring, 'cause I'm nervous. It's you.
Well, I'm about 4 miles in, guys, and I finally found my first bit of shelter to chat to you. It is ridiculous out here. Those 50-mile-an-hour gusts are so hard to push against. You'll have seen some of the footage. Literally just lean into the wind and move your legs forward, but we are going at a snail's pace right now. So I'm going to get this run finished up, and then we'll talk a little bit more from the car, because you won't be able to hear anything I am saying out here. On the upside, the gear's certainly holding up. Got me Gore-Tex hat on, which is keeping me warm. My mountain, I think these are the Prism gloves, excellent, keeping my hands warm, which I really do struggle with circulation. And of course the North Face Light Vective jacket, which I've already mentioned is such high quality. It's keeping me warm. I've only got a thin t-shirt on under here, so really quite impressed with that. And I'm wearing the iRocks from VJ Sport, which are insane in mud. But we'll talk more on those from the car.
Been friends since 1995. Growing up, same street, you, me, my ride or die. It would grow us apart, yeah. Moved away, but you're still in my heart, yeah. Call you up, how you been? Can we play a rewind? Yeah, those are the guys who choose. care, no, like I do. I've been waiting on you.
Oh, the GoPro died about halfway through that run. The wind chill is ridiculous out there. But 11 miles, really happy with that. And while I wouldn't choose these conditions every day of the week, every now and again, I do love that raw, wild feeling of being out in this sort of stuff. Plus, I get the trails to myself because no other bugger is this daft. I promised you we'd look at the IROC before we finish up, so I'll just get the shoe off quickly. Here it is in all its glory. 6mm stud depth. It's about a 6mm drop as well, I believe, and it's quite a precision, narrow fit. This is a fell shoe, an OCR course shoe, sky running, anything where you need grip on rock or mud, this is perfect. I would hands down say this has by far the best grip of any shoe I've ever worn. I have never slipped in this shoe. It's like a ballet shoe, it wraps around your foot, it's got a fit lock system there, and while it is a little bit uncomfortable for really long distances, I love that feeling of it just wrapping around the arch of your foot and being quite narrow, quite short in the length as well. It means that when you put your foot down, you know it's going to stay there. Right. I better get home and get showered, some grub in me because I'm absolutely starving. So I'll see you tomorrow where we're going to talk more on training and a little bit more in depth on that consistency. It's the quiet after the storm, guys, and Storm Arwen has left a dusting of snow and sub-zero temperatures. But that's not the only thing I've got to contend with in winter. We've got darker nights, darker mornings, and I work really long hours, so I can't really get that high mileage, endurance type training in through the winter months like I might do in spring and summer, where we're targeting those longer distance races. This is why I train differently in winter to the warmer months, where we're targeting the strength work, the speed work, and prioritizing building that base. Now, you all know I'm a stickler for training in phases and being specific, but you should still always use the 80-20 rule where you can. So let's use my training week this week as an example. Monday was a 6 mile easy run. Tuesday was strength and conditioning. Wednesday was a pyramid system, which is speed work. I'll bring it up on screen now because it's a complicated session, but it's about 45 minutes long, of which 10 minutes is speed work. You get progressively longer and then progressively shorter getting the reps, but you always have a shorter rest period between them. It's really specific and targets very specific gains. Thursday is a harder strength and conditioning session. This is more like a HIIT session, so really does take it out of you. Then Friday was a 4.5 mile easy run. Yesterday, Saturday, was that 11 miler, 4 miles of which was at a moderate effort, so that dips into that 20% at a faster pace. Then today is just a 4.5 mile recovery run. That's about 30 miles for the week, of which I get 6 miles at a faster pace. If you do the math, 20% was at the harder effort. And this is why I can bounce out of session to session to session and continuously make progress. If you look at my Strava, it will be embarrassingly slow on some of the runs, and that's the other really important thing, guys. When you run easy, it has to be easy. I'll be going at between probably 9 and 10-minute miles, depending on how I'm feeling, which looks incredibly slow compared to what you'll see on some other people's Strava times. Yeah, I'll probably beat some of those guys in races. It is a real mental game and it's tough to do, but if you end up dipping into your moderate effort in those easy runs using the 80-20 rule, you'll end up injured, you will end up fatigued. You know those guys who are constantly ramping up the speed work, and then out for a week, ramping up the speed work, and then out for a week. This is what they're doing. That is their progress graph. Mine generally goes like this. It only dips when I come to a bigger race where I need to take a bit of time out, unless we get a little bit unlucky.
Stumbling home, we don't know where we're going. Should've turned back hours ago. Out of our minds, I guess we're sleeping outside. You're still a good time, even in the cold. Get out the road, I told you. A car's coming, I stop you. You know I always got you. You know I always got you. Push you to the side, even if it means I die.
So it all boils down to consistency and discipline, guys. It's the golden nugget that's really helped me over the last 3 or 4 years. I'm happy to say training this week's been fantastic. I've responded to every speed session over the last few weeks. Parkrun, we recovered so well, and that was a good starting point considering the lack of general running we've been doing over the last couple of months. It's all really promising signs going into the middle of the winter and those fell races, of which we have one coming up next Sunday, which is actually when you hopefully will be watching this video. It's an 8.5 mile race, starts from Castleton. It's called the Eskdale Eureka. It's actually the first fell race I ever did. It was in brutal 0 temperature conditions. There was snow. I fell in about 3 icy puddles and I got battered and bruised. Hopefully we won't have the same experience this time round, and we're going to leave the episode there, guys. Just a really quick request from me. Apparently getting thumbs up and likes on a video makes a huge difference to the YouTube algorithm, and for some reason the videos are struggling to get in front of eyes recently. So if you wouldn't mind hitting the thumbs up if you enjoyed it, it'd be much appreciated. And if you enjoy this sort of thing, subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes. The next one will be a race report from Castleton. I can't wait for that one. I'm also going to take my Insta 360 with me, so you're going to get footage of the race itself. And I'll see you then. If you've got any questions, hit me down in the comments. Always catch me on Instagram. Love talking to you guys, as always. And I'll catch you with the next one. See you later.